So, something pretty wild just happened in the world of finance, and it's sending shockwaves all across the globe. It's a story that's all about control, security, and a number that is, well, it's so big it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around.
86 million. And no, that's not a budget or the population of a country. That's the number of bank accounts that were just shut down in Vietnam. Just like that, instantly. Poof, gone.
To really get the scale of this, you have to know that before this happened, Vietnam had about 200 million bank accounts in total. So in one move, 43% of them, nearly half, were just wiped out, leaving only 113 million. I mean, can you imagine nearly half the bank accounts in an entire country just disappearing overnight? And here's the thing, this wasn't some kind of technical glitch.
No, this was a deliberate, massive account purge. We're talking about commercial banks all across the country acting together all at once. They were following a brand new, sweeping set of government regulations that were designed to completely change the rules of banking in Vietnam.
It all kicked off in September of 2025. That's when the State Bank of Vietnam rolled out these incredibly strict new rules, which of course leads to the big question, why? I mean, why on earth would a government do something like this?
Well, the official story, the reason they gave, was a massive nationwide crackdown on fraud and cybercrime. The government basically decided that the best way to fight financial crime was to force a powerful new type of identity verification for, all banking activities. And the technology right at the heart of this whole thing is called biometric authentication. It sounds kind of fancy, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just proving you are who you say you are by using a part of your body that's unique to you, usually your face or your fingerprint.
So here's how it actually works now in Vietnam. Let's say you want to make a transaction online, or maybe open a new account. Before you can do anything else, you have to complete a biometric check, like a facial scan with your phone. If that scan matches the data the government has on file for you, great, you're in. If it doesn't match, access denied. It's really that simple and that strict.
And the impact was immediate. The first accounts to get the axe were the old, inactive ones. No surprise there. But right after that, a huge wave of accounts that just couldn't pass these new biometric checks were shut down. This hit foreign residents especially hard, because they often ran into impossible hurdles to get verified, like needing to show up in person when they weren't even in the country.
Now, what happened in Vietnam is definitely extreme, but here's the kicker. It's not happening in a vacuum. It's actually part of a much bigger trend that we're seeing all over the world, governments and banks tightening their control over our money.
I mean, just look at China back in 2022. People literally woke up one morning to find their entire life savings were completely frozen by their banks. No warning, no explanation. It led to huge public protests.
That same year, up in Canada, you had the trucker protests. The government gave banks the green light to freeze the personal bank accounts and even the crypto accounts of anyone involved, all without needing a court order in some cases.
And don't think this is just happening somewhere else. Right in the United States, you've got civil asset forfeiture laws that let the authorities seize your money, even if you haven't been convicted of any crime. And over in the UK, anti-money laundering laws are getting so strict that people are having their accounts frozen or shut down out of the blue for what seem like really minor issues. You start to see the pattern, right? Access to your own money is becoming, well, a lot more conditional.
So what this all boils down to is a really fundamental debate that's playing out all over the world. It's this clash between a government's desire for control and its promise to give its citizens security.
On one side, you've got the authorities, and they argue that these kinds of measures are absolutely crucial. They see this as the only real way to fight sophisticated money laundering and protect the whole financial system from criminals. But on the other side, you have the critics, and a lot of them are in the crypto world, who are basically saying, see, we told you so. They see this as a terrifying preview of what's to come and proof of their biggest fear, that in a centralized system, your money can be taken away from you in a heartbeat.
And that really gets to the end game, doesn't it? Whether the motive is security or control, the result is exactly the same. It's what one source called a radical shift toward a more regulated and centralized financial system, a system where the rules for accessing your own money can change overnight.
Which leaves all of us with a pretty heavy question to think about. When your money is really just data on a server, and your ability to use it depends on a facial scan or on a government say-so. In this new digital age we're living in, who's the real owner of your money?